Now let us discuss this problem. Discussing before this, let us discuss one aspect. So you have a concave mirror and this mirror is given to you. Now this is the principal axis of mirror. So let us rub this side. Now if I have a object here at a distance of u, so and there is a distance, this is object, this is image. So we have a formula 1 by u plus 1 by v is equals to 1 by f. Now let us say in this case I know the real images forms. So if I have a object somewhere here or here before the focus, this is your focus. So I have a object after the focus this side, this means the object is real. So in that case u is negative, v is also negative, and in this case f is also negative. So formula remains unchanged. So you have 1 by u plus 1 by v is equals to 1 by f. Now you see, if I want to find 1 by v, this is 1 by f minus 1 by u. I want to discuss one thing. Let us say you have a object. This object is here. This object is moved and now this is here. This is again moves some more distance. This is here. So if a object is moving in this direction, so this means I am interested in if u is larger, what will be the v, or if u is shorter, what will the v. This means I want to find one thing. I have a point here, so let us say so I have a point here. Let us call this point is or O1, and I have another point here. Let us call this point is O2. So I have 2 points. Now I will have two images I1 and I2. So where should I plot I1 and I2? I should plot I1 here or I should plot. So I am interested in should I plot I1 here? So this is one option. And should I plot I2 here? Or other way around. I should plot I2 here and I1 here. This means what is the object distance? So if I know this is the object distance for the object number 1, this is u1, and this is the object distance for object number 2. Let us say this is u2, and this is the obvious distance I1, and this distance is I2. So what will the relationship? That is interested. And that is easy to find if you see this formula. Now if u is lower, this means if u is less, 1 by u, that is more. If 1 by u is more, then this I have to subtract from 1 by f is constant. So this is more, this means 1 by f minus 1, this is less. This whole term is less. Are you getting? Now if this whole term is less, then b is what? This is reverse. So this means b is high. Now I want to say if u1, if u is less, v is high, that is reverse. This means if u1 is greater than u2, I will have v1 is less than v2. So reverse is true. So you see which is the case that is true. So this is u1 and this is u2. So u1 is greater than u2. So this situation. So I have to have v1 is less than v2. That is v1 is here and v2 is here. So this is not the correct thing. Are you getting or not? So this is my right image. Now try to see this one in more general way. And what is more general way? This means if I move a object this direction, my image moves in this direction. O1 image is here. Now this object has moved here, image has moved here. Are you getting or not? So this means if I move the object in this direction, image moves in this direction. So this is try to important. So if I have, so again this is a case of concave mirror. So if my object is moving in this direction, my image is moving in this direction. And that is true. If my object is at infinity, image forms at focus. And if image object is at focus, image forms at infinity. And now this is the only case of real image. Now if object is ahead the focus between the center and the focus, in these cases not real image form. So if you have object somewhere here, so in these cases virtual image forms. So I'm not discussing this part. So in this case virtual image forms. So this is important, virtual image forms. Now let us discuss this problem. So we have a concave mirror and there is a rod that is kept on the principal axis. Now let us say this is the rod that is kept on the principal axis. Here you have the focus. And length of the rod, let us call this rod is A and point B. And the length of the rod is d by 3. Now let us assume this end of the rod at a distance of x from the center or from the pole. So this is your pole. And this is the mirror you have. Are you getting? Now I'm interested to find what is the object. So this distance, object distance is x. So let us read once again. So question says you have a focal length is d and the rod length is d by 3. Real image is formed and this is elongated. So real image and elongated. So focal length is d. Now this is the case of real image. So image from this time, this side. So u, v, f all are negative. All are negative in this case. Are you getting? So now mirror formula is simply 1 by u plus 1 by v is equals to 1 by f. So I can write 1 by v is equals to 1 by f minus 1 by u. And this is 1 by f. 1 by f focal length is d. So 1 by d minus 1 by u. U is x. So this is, now I can write x minus d divided by x into d. So my v is x into d divided by x minus d. Let us call this as a v1. So let us call this as a v1. This is point number 1, this is point number 2. So I am calling this as a point number 1. A corresponds to point 1 and B corresponds to point 2. So this is v1. What is the image of point number 2? That is v2. So it's easy to find. Now v2 will be simply this object distance is x plus d by 3. So I have to replace x. In place of x I have to put x plus d by 3 into d, and here also I have to put x plus d by 3 minus d. So this is my image distance. Now let us try to visualize what is happening. If my object is here and one object is here, so this object B will have image somewhere here. So this is the image of B, that is, let us call this is the B dash. So this is the image of B because so B or A, this is image of A. Why this is so? You see, we have already said if image is object is closer, image is farther. If object is closer, image is farther. So this is the image of A and this is, let us say, A dash. So now you see we have said this thing. If U is a smaller, U is larger, V is smaller, or other way around. If image is nearer, object is farther. Are you getting? So this means I will have this is A and now this side I will have somewhere V dash. But the question says the image just touches the rod. This means V2 has to has here. Are you getting or not? So this means my image 2, so this has to has here. So this is my 2, or I can call this as my B dash because image just touches the rod. So B has to has here. So now I can calculate what is my V2. So this distance is basically V2. Are you getting? And this distance is V1. This distance is V1. Now V2 is nothing but x plus d by 3. Are you getting? Try to understand once again because question says image just touches the rod. Now it is only possibility that if image touches, it has to touch at point B. Are you getting or not? So V2 is nothing but x plus d by 3. So let us plug this value. V2 is x plus d by 3. Are you getting or not? What is V1? What is V2? So this distance is V2 and this distance is V1. So let me write here this distance is basically v1. You can verify here itself. u1 is this distance and u2 is this distance. X plus dy 2 dy 3 is u2. So this distance is x plus t by 3 and that is basically u2. So if u2 is larger, v2 has to be a smaller. That is the case. So this is my u1. This is my u2. If u2 is larger, vt has to be a smaller. That is the case. Are you getting or not? So the v2 is a smaller. So question says just touches the rod. This means v2 is same as this length and this length is x plus t by 3. So let us plug this value and now things are very easy to solve. So x plus t by 3 is equals to x plus t by 3 into d and this divided by and x plus d by 3 minus d, so this is x minus 2d by 3. X plus d by 3 cancels out, so I will have x minus 2d by 3 is equals to d. Are you getting? So what is x? X is 3d plus 2d, so this is 5d by 3. You can do yourself. So this is d plus 2d by 3, that is 5d by 3. So once I know x, I know v1. So let us plug the value of x. So v1 is, so let us do this one, xd into x minus t. So v1 is xd divided by x minus t. So x is 5d by 3 into d divided by 5d by 3 minus d. So this is 5d square divided by 2d. So this is 5d by 2. And what is v2? So we can calculate v2 now. v2 is what? This is x plus d by 3 into d. So this is x plus, and basically v2 is what? v2 is x plus d by 3. Are you getting or not? This is the same, this distance is same as this, so x plus d by 3. So v2 is x plus d by 3. And x we have already calculated. This is 5d by 3 plus d by 3, that is 6d by 3, that is 2d. Now if I know v1, if I know v2, I can calculate what is the size of rod after the elongation. So this is my v1, this is my v2, so what is the rod size? This is a dash b dash, so rod size is v2 minus b1, in this case v1 minus v2. So length of image is basically equals to v1 minus v2 or v2 minus v1, whatever is a mod, or you can verify here itself. This is v1, this is v2, so v1 minus v2. So v1 minus v2, v2 is 2d and this is, and v1 is 5, so this is v2, v2 is 2d and v1 is 2.5d, so v1 is 2.5d. So v1 is 2.5d and v2 is 2d, so this is simply 0.5d or d by 2. So this is the image length. This is important problem only in the sense that you must have an idea that image distance is larger, then object distance has to be shorter, or if the object distance is shorter, image distance has to be larger. So you can remember this one. If object is closer, if the object, and this is the case for concave mirror, you can verify the same kind of formula for convex mirror. If the object is closer to the mirror, image is farther away. Image is farther away from the mirror. Are you getting or not? So let us try to remember this result if it's possible.